As I begin this meditation that precedes an uncomfortable encounter, I begin by focusing on my breath. I identify in my body the place where I feel myself breathing. The nose, the back of the throat, through the mouth, perhaps in the chest or the abdomen. Wherever it is that I notice myself breathing. Some breaths will be shallow, some breaths will be deep. That's okay. I'm not controlling my breath. I'm simply turning my attention to it. I pay attention to my breath as I inhale and the air enters my body. I pay attention to my breath as I exhale and the air leaves my body. Now I take a moment to scan my physical body. Do I notice any place in my body where there is discomfort or pain? I recognize that discomfort and pain can affect my mood. Am I hungry or tired? I recognize that being hungry or tired can affect my mood. Do I notice any place in my body where there is muscle tightness or tension? I recognize that muscle tightness or tension can affect my mood. And I take a moment to identify my emotions. What emotions am I experiencing right now? Am I comfortable in my emotions? Or am I experiencing uncomfortable feelings? What am I thinking about that has evoked these emotions? This time I turn my attention to my safety anchor memory, that powerful memory that fills me and evokes from me comfortable emotions, joy, peace, humor, happiness. I spend a moment with that memory firmly in place and experiencing that comfortable emotion identifying it in my body. I take a moment to ground myself in this moment and to ground myself in compassion and empathy. I remember my core value of respect for others, compassion for others, empathy with others. Call to mind what I can do to show them that I value them, these others that I will encounter. How can I communicate to these others that I encounter that I value them? They are important to me for no other reason than that they are. I take a moment to remember my own wounds that may trigger uncomfortable reactions to those around me. Insecurities, memories, frailties. I accept that I have these. I accept that they are a part of me. I recognize that others may unintentionally evoke responses from these wounds in me, and I remain aware of my value of the other, my respect for the other, my compassion for the other, my empathy with the other. I take a moment to remember that the other in this encounter is also wounded in some way. I might encounter their insecurities, their woundedness, their frailties that cause them to act in ways that might be hurtful to me. I remember that it is not their intention to hurt me, but that they are hurting themselves. If I notice behaviors or reactions that are hurtful to me, I will try to understand the other's pain that causes them to act in such a way. And I take a moment now to remind myself of the purpose of this encounter. What do I hope to accomplish by engaging with this other person? What do I need to communicate? What do I need to receive? I take a moment to remember that the others in this encounter have goals of their own, have needs of their own. And I remain open to providing for the other what I can, I remind myself what I cannot provide for the other is not because of a fault of mine. Before I move into action in this encounter, I take a moment to identify my safety anchor memory. I bring it to mind in as much detail as I can. I pay attention to the emotion it evokes: love, joy, peace, patience, kindness, generosity, compassion for the other. And I bring my awareness up to the space around me, to the people around me, with the energy of my safety anchor memory, the comfortable emotion that memory evokes. I remind myself that at any moment that I begin to be overwhelmed by discomfort, I can return to my safety anchor memory and evoke comfort and peace and joy and compassion. And now I give my attention to the other that I am going to encounter.